Hi, my name is Kenny Kregling, and I'm a physical therapist here at PTSMC in Wallingford, Connecticut. I'm TPI, Titleist Performance Institute, Level 1 and Level 2 Medical Certified. TPI stands for the Titleist Performance Institute. This is a division of Titleist that focuses on the body-swing connection, so how your body function, your body strength, your body flexibility, how this correlates to your swing, and how this can impact your power, your distance, and your shot consistency. Titleist developed this program after years of research looking at both amateurs and professional golfers and identified 12 swing characteristics that can contribute to shot inconsistency and deficiencies in ball distance, as well as identified different body areas that are impacting and contributing to these swing mechanics. Alright, so what we're going to do next is, now that we know what you're doing during your swing, we now want to take a look at your body flexibility, your strength, and figure out why you have these swing characteristics, what's causing you to mishit certain shots or lose distance on certain holes. So in order to do that, I'm going to bring you through TPI's physical screen. It's going to be composed of 16 different screens to try to understand what's going on with your body and how it connects to your swing mechanics. So the next thing I'm going to take a look at is your ability to stay within your posture during the golf swing. So I'm going to draw a line from the top of your head down to the middle of your waist, from the middle of your waist down to the center of your knee, and from the center of your knee down to the center of your ankle. Those are your posture lines, so what I want to see during your backswing is that you're able to maintain your body within those lines. So the next one I'm going to take a look at is what's called early extension. This is one of the main predictors of low back pain in the golf swing. So what I'm going to do is just draw a line from the back of your hip vertically. If your hips come off that line when you go to make contact, then you have this early extension characteristic, and I can already see your hips coming off the line there and in through the ball, and there's a pretty sizable gap there, so I would call that early extension there. So next what we're going to look at is your ability to stay within what's called your slot. So I'm going to draw two different lines that your club head should be traveling through on your downswing. So we're going to go from the shaft of the club up past your body like that. Okay, so that's your slot. So what I want to see on your downswing is that your shaft comes through that and you're not doing what's called coming over the top, so coming over those lines. Alright, so next we're going to change the view to the face-on angle here, so from the front side view. First thing I'm going to look at is to see if you have what's called flat shoulder plane. So what I'm looking for is for this line to not be parallel to the horizon, which it isn't, and within 4 feet or so of the ball. So if I had to estimate about 4 feet, you'd be within that. So I would not say that you have that swing characteristic. The next thing we're going to look at is what's called a sway. So basically, I'm going to draw a line right along the center of your knee here, from your ankle all the way up past your hip, and then one posture line right on the outside of the back of your hip. And you're moving past those lines a little bit, so a little bit of a sway, so moving away from the ball at address there. So the next thing we're going to look at is what's called a slide. So now moving to your front lead leg, I'm going to draw a nice long line from the outside of your ankle up past your shoulder. So very slight, if anything. I probably wouldn't even consider that a slide, just because it's just barely over with your pant leg, but I would not say that you have that characteristic there. So the next one we're going to look at is what's called casting or early extension of the club. And basically what I want to see is that your lead hand goes below this line before your club head does. Hands are a little bit in front, so I would not consider that a scoop. So that looks good to me. The next one, another big predictor of low back pain in golf, is called reverse spine angle. And so what I want to see is that line is pointed away from the target. Right now you can see that line is tilted that way, which is where the target would be. So this would be considered a reverse spine angle there, which makes sense if you do get a little bit of back pain when you swing there. The last one that I'm going to look at is called chicken wing. So once you reach contact with the ball, I'm just going to take a look at your shoulder, your elbow, your wrists, and make sure that that's all in alignment and that you don't have any excessive bend in your elbow. So if I were to draw a line from your shoulder down to your wrists, ideally that elbow should be within that line. So that elbow is protruding a little bit, it is a little bit bent there, so that would be considered a chicken wing. Now that we know what your body is doing during your swing, we now need to see why you're doing it, and that's where this physical screen comes into play. So that concludes the screen. So now what happens is you're given a score. So you're given your golf fitness handicap, so basically how much your body is impacting your golf game, your golf swing. The score is on a rating from 7 to 34, 7 being the best score, 34 being the worst score. Right now we've got you at a 22. So a little bit of work that we can do. As we progress down into the screen in here, you can see different red, yellow, and green dots. Green means good, so all of that checked out well. Yellow means it was okay, but the red ones are the ones we want to address first. So in your case, the toe touch, hamstring length, single leg balance, so your balance and stability, lower quarter rotation, so your body's ability to rotate, as well as your seated trunk rotation, so your body's ability to rotate your upper trunk there, that thoracic mobility. So I think a good program for you to start, focusing on these 4 groups would be good. As we progress these areas and hopefully get them moving and feeling better, we're then going to progress down more into those areas that have the yellow marks on them that are okay, but could definitely use a little bit more work there. That concludes our screen. If you want to learn more about TPI, please visit www.ptsmc.com. The service is now available in the Wallingford Clinic, and I look forward to working with you.